get you any more details on that as we continue our coverage. Remember, we got the football game coming up at the top of the hour as well. We'll be right back.
All right, so the national spotlight. Oh my goodness.
Our 100% white meat chicken is always just a bite away from becoming its own golden treasure.
So
Batter up. Make our active
this is
birthday
very
more
interesting,
with
folks.
Long John Silver
Oh
this year.
man, I'm out in Cali, man. Y'all know what is going on in my city? What's happening? Wait, man, I got to get back. I gotta get back, man. Oh man. So, man, my condolences out to the family of the people affected by the tragedies that happened in New Orleans, man. Oh, I was actually on a flight out here when I got the news. And the last time I went live, I was telling people that the New Orleans sounded like a war zone. That was New Year's Eve when I was leaving, actually. Um, Funny thing is, right after that, this guy runs down Bourbon Street with this truck. Now listen, let me tell you, Bourbon Street is usually blocked off by cars, like police cars and barricades. And I think it was blocked by police cars this time, but some kind of way this guy got around a barricade and inflicted a hell of a wound, hell of a black eye upon the city, man. Wow. So hey, I want to make sure everybody know, first and foremost, man, our heartfelt condolences go out to the people of New Orleans, man, to my people in New Orleans, man. When I get back, I got a lot to deal with when I get back, man. But y'all know, of course, we very resilient people. We done been through Katrina. We done been through Rita's. We done been through many tragedies. And we gonna be all right through this. I'm almost a little anxious now to get back home, man, because I don't know, man. I feel like something else is brewing now, man. Like, what is going on? They found like bombs all over the city and things. What? So, man, shout out to the FBI and those guys, Alphabet people. They out taking care of that business, man. Because let me tell you something, man. Right now in America is not looking good, and I hope that I am wrong. I hope I'm wrong, man. But let me tell you something. I'm out in Cali right now, right? And man, I'm just going around, riding around, checking stuff out. Cause man, Cali, one of my favorite places, man. That's one of my favorite places in the world, man. To come visit and chill out and all that stuff, right? But let me tell you, man, Cali is looking a little sketchy. Looking a little sketchy, man. Then look at this guy. So, you see this freaking fool? Man, listen, we ain't gonna get him no spotlight. This is what I want people to stop doing too. Stop giving these dudes the spotlight. Don't put them on the spotlight. Don't put them on the spotlight. Blank their face out. They do not deserve to be put on. Now, the funny thing is, and what the scary thing is about these guys, right, is the ex-military. So really, we're thinking, and I'm thinking, the enemy is out there. The enemy is actually in here. While we're worried about those different people with the hijabs on and all that stuff, and worrying about black people, and worrying about the immigrants, natural born people, man. Look at this. This other guy. Look at this. So, so the guy The guy from Houston and the guy from the New Orleans tragedy, both of them is ex-military, ex-U.S. military. So I'm speaking about that, man. So y'all military people, y'all need to call and check on y'all people, man. Make sure they good, okay? Let's check on our people, make sure they good, man. Cause everybody worrying about the foreign enemy. Everybody worrying about the foreign enemy, but these enemies, homegrown. You know, and I'm from New Orleans, man. I just happen to be in Cali right now when all that stuff is happening, man. But I actually left the day of New Year's. I left at 4 o'clock in the morning, man. 3 o'clock, that shit happened. So, and my God is very. Thank you, Lord. My God is very. He's a good God, man. Thank you, Lord. You know, whenever tragedy be striking like that, man, I don't be there. I don't be where it go on. So, and I hope it continues to stay that way, right? But let me say this, man, about what we seeing going on, man, and what I'm talking about Cali looking sketchy, right? Cali is one of my favorite places in the world to visit. It's one of the best looking places aesthetically. I'm talking about like just with the mountains and the palm trees and all that stuff, man. Cali is a beautiful place. But as I'm driving around, man, I'm noticing a lot of just trash. It's trash. A lot of trash everywhere. A lot of homeless people, man. And that's concerning to me. That's concerning to me. It's also concerning to me that even the fast food places and all that stuff, they accepting EBT, right? Now let me tell you something about that practice, right? From what I understand. So in New Orleans, whenever we have a disaster like a hurricane or something like that, and stuff go down, they start to accepting the EBTs sometime at the fast food places. You know, I'm talking about the homeless situation is so bad down here that most of the garbage cans and stuff is being emptied out right on the sidewalk. You know, like, and I rode all the way to Hollywood Boulevard. And it's the same kind of deal, man. Like these garbage cans, it's like a place to eat. I guess, man. God bless these people, man. Because how do we live in the richest country in the world and we got people that's that poor? You know what I mean? So let me say this, man. New Orleans, man. Pray for our city, man. Pray for my city. You know, when I get back there tomorrow, I know we gonna have a lot of shit to do, man. You know, just for us, just consoling and the people, and giving people a sense of security. You know, that's the whole thing about why I think they opened in Bourbon Street and they had the second line band. See, a lot of people is criticizing that from New Orleans, like it's too early. But I don't think it's too early. I think you got to show these people that they're not going to stop the way we live. What we got to do, though, is be more vigilant, though. We got to pay more attention to what's going on. You know what I'm saying? And if you see something, say something. That's just what it is, man. You know, we living in a world where these people they're very opportunistic. So let me say, we usually have barricades right there. They had a police car there. There was everything that, that you would think would keep that stuff from happening was in place. Well, this guy drove around the barricades and all this stuff. So if somebody really want to do something, they're going to do it. But we got to be more vigilant, though. You know what I'm saying? Pay attention to what's happening around y'all. It don't matter if you live in New Orleans, because let me tell you, this guy here, this other guy, he just exploded a cyber truck in front of Trump Tower in Houston. You know what I'm saying? So let me say something. I think it's strange, but it's also telling that both of these incidents happened in Democratic places. I hate to say it. Now look at this, man. There's something new here. A fire broke out on Bourbon Street. So I'm hoping this ain't something else, man, that's going on, man. This live right here. Man, I gotta get back home, man. I gotta cut the trip short, man. I gotta get back to the house, man. This don't make no sense. So Let me see what she talking about. Oh, Lord. Uh-oh.
All right, as the mayor earlier today.
I don't know, man. See, then that's the thing. You know, that's the thing that people know about New Orleans. You heard me? We got a bunch of huge events coming up, right? And this is something that we got to make sure we paying attention to too, right? There's a bunch of huge events coming up. Sugar Bowl is today. Super Bowl is in February. You got a bunch of stuff that's going on, man, in the city. That man, listen, there's gonna be a lot of people down there, and you got people trying to do this type of shit, man. Listen, we gotta pay attention to what's going on, man. I think, you know, this might not be the last that we gonna see of this stuff. I hate to say it, but we gotta make sure we paying attention to what's going on around us, man. I'm cutting the Cali trip short. I'm going back to the crib, man. I gotta go and make sure my people straight, man, cause shit, 15 people lost their lives. 30-something people is hurt from this stuff. You know what I'm saying? So, man, listen, let me tell you something. This is gonna affect everybody that I know. New Orleans is about this big. If you heard one person in the city, you know, everybody pretty much know everybody. They still allow a lot of stuff to go on, but that's not here nor there. But we're gonna pay attention to what's happening from here on out. You know what I'm saying? If you see something, say something, man. This dude exploded this fucking cyber truck in Houston. This other guy just tried this stuff in New Orleans. I think they kind of mad that old Trump is in the building. I'm gonna keep it real. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say it. I think they might be mad that Trump is in the building. But the funny thing is that these guys is ex-military, ex-U.S. military. And that's the concerning thing for me. Because we keep worrying about the foreigners and the immigrants and the people coming in and da-da-da-da-da. But they trained by us. They trained by us, man. So this is a scary part. Hey, all the military people, man, shout out to y'all. Thank y'all for y'all service. Call and check on y'all partners. Call and check on your partners, man. Share this video, man, with somebody from the military. Let's go. Share this video with somebody from the military. Check on y'all people, man. What's going on, man? We ain't worrying about China at this point. This guy was from Houston. So, all right. Hey, no. And actually, the other guy, that shit happened in Las Vegas, by the Las Vegas Trump Tower. So let's get that straight right now. That happened at Las Vegas Trump Tower. So pay attention to what's happening, man. You know, I got to get back to the city, man. I'm about to get back. I gotta book another flight, and we gotta make this trip short, man. And I'm gonna say I'm not impressed, man. I'm really upset about what I'm seeing with the California deal. California, one of my favorite places, man. What's up with all the trash? What's up with all the, bruh? The homelessness here is out of control. It's bad in New Orleans too, don't get me wrong, because the city's so small. But this is a huge city, and it's a rich city. But the gap between the rich and the poor has widened so big. And it's so noticeable. And we got to do something about this, man. We got to even the playing field here in America, man. Because other than that, we ain't going to have to worry about foreign people coming in here. It's going to be people right here. All right. So, man, let's make sure we paying attention to what's happening, man. We staying vigilant. Let me book my flight back to the city, man. I got to get back, man. We got a lot to deal with. All right. Shout out to y'all, man. I appreciate y'all tuning in, man. We going to keep an eye out on this. There's a fire going on right now on Bourbon Street. Hopefully that's not connected, because that guy, he actually burned down the Airbnb. Somebody burned down the Airbnb that this guy was living in New Orleans. So somebody's working with this guy. Somebody's working with this guy. So, all right, so, man, that's me right there, man. Listen, it's Lost Dog. It's LostDogEntertainment.com. Go check out the albums, too, by the way. Because, listen, I've been trying to tell people about this in the last 3 albums that I put out. I put out The Land of the Lost first. Then I put out The Home of the Slave. And then after that, I put out Civil War. Land of the Lost, Home of the Brave, Land of the lost, home of the slave. Land of the lost, home of the brave. Y'all get it? Home of the slave, home of the brave. Land of the lost, land of the free. Land of the lost, land of the free. Land of the lost, land of the home of the brave. Home of the brave, home of the slave. All right? Land of the lost, home of the slave. Check this out. That's both of the albums. The third album is Civil War. Go check them out. Go check them out in their entirety. From one, you got to start at number one because it's a trilogy. And I'm working on Babylon right now. I'm about to drop Babylon April 14th. Law spells life. Law spell life, and we not at some type of fucking war. You feel me? Law spell life, and that's not something going on right up the street that gonna prevent us from doing what we like to do, which is live. Land of the free, home of the brave. Land of the lost, home of the slave. Check this out. Land of the lost, home of the slave. Check them out in their entirety. From one, let it go all the way through. From what's the first song? Time's Up. Time's Up is the first song on Land of the Lost. All the way to the last song on Civil War. Check them out. Let's get it. LostDogEntertainment.com. That's LOSTDOGG. Entertainment.com. LostDogEntertainment.com. Hey, buy the album. Go ahead and buy both of the albums. Yeah. Go on buy both of the albums, man. Drop a little donation in that thing. You ain't got to pay the whole price. Drop a donation in there and holler at your boy. I'm about to book my flight. When I get back to the city, man, I'm starting the Men Talking podcast. We're going to have this thing rolling, all right? We got a lot to talk about, a lot to do, a lot of filming. Let's go.